everybody, and welcome back to Duckpin Magic. I'm Mike Sella. Joining me in just a moment will be Joe Ryanier as we meet our bowlers and get our first match underway. We've got the men of the DPBA, the Men's Pro Tour, this week and for the next 3 weeks. We've got 13 bowlers shooting at a top prize of $2,200. All the action gets started on Duckpin Magic right after this.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Duckpin bowling is fun for everyone. Duckpin bowling is fun for everyone. So join a league, try open bowling with friends, or plan a birthday party for one of the kids. Get out and experience Duckpin Magic for yourself. Call your local Duckpin Bowling Center today to find out how you can make the ducks fly. They're listed in the yellow pages. Get out and bowl duckpins today.
It's exciting, it's entertaining, it's challenging, it's fun. It's Duckpin Magic. Duckpin bowling is lots of fun for the whole family. There's no need to be an expert. Duckpin bowling is easy to learn, but it's the challenge that'll keep you coming back. Even little hands can control the ball in duckpin bowling. Join a league or we'll help you start one. And with duckpin bowling, there's more bowling for your buck. Discover duckpin bowling and you'll discover Duckpin Magic at any of these locations.
Duckpin bowling is fun for everyone. Duckpin bowling is fun for everyone. So join a league, try open bowling with friends, or plan a birthday party for one of the kids. Get out and experience Duckpin Magic for yourself. Call your local Duckpin Bowling Center today to find out how you can make the ducks fly. They're listed in the yellow pages. Get out and bowl duckpins today. Our first match, get ready to go with Ben McDonald and Donnie Dove. Joe, Ben is one of the few bowlers that we have on the tour. Is from Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware is where he makes his hometown.
Yeah, I think he travels down to Maryland to do his bowling. Probably an hour trip.
Ben is our 13th seed. He is taking on Don Dove of Abingdon, Maryland, who is the number 11 seed, and will move up the ladder in the next 4 weeks to crown a 1992 champion here at the Town Hall Lanes. And he starts off with a mark.
Quite a weekend, Mike. Quite a weekend. Big scores just once again over the years that we've been coming here to Town Hall Lanes. It just doesn't get any better than this. Good scores, just impeccable conditions. I mean, it's what the bowler looks for, and I forget exactly how many 200 games, but a big number.
Yeah, it was up 14 or 15, I think, by the time everything was said and done. And just looking at the scores, of course, you had to have a 150 or better average just to qualify out of the field of 142. And both bowlers get started quickly with marks. We cut the field to 30 after 8 qualifying games, and then we had 3 fellas over 800 with their 5-game head-to-head, which is in excess of 150 average.
Well, I spent a weekend bowling next to and near Ron Pavo, who led the qualifier with 13 .05, and then turned around in the quarterfinals today, went 4-1 in his division with .865. So for 13 games, averaged approximately 167. And I tell you, he just bowled super.
Well, we will see him in 3 weeks or so from now. So Donnie Dove finishes up his 2 frames. Ben McDonald will step back in.
24 through 2 for Don as he pushed through with 6 on his spare. Ben working on a spare.
Ben just did squeak into the qualifying. He had a 12:03 qualifying score. In fact, he bowled in the very first of 3 shifts. At 12:03, he stood 5th. And he said, I have a feeling it's going to be tough to stay there. And sure enough, he slid 24 spots by the time the other 2 divisions were done.
Well, you know, Mike, every tournament seems to carry its own little story. And the first shift at bowled Saturday, it was sort of a little surprising to most of the hometown people and the bowlers that were here, because the scores were, we'll say run-of-the-mill, and nothing tremendous, and not the number of 1200s, which is 150 average and sort of what we look at. And all of a sudden, we got about 6 games into the second shift, and things started breaking loose.
Yeah, it just kept going up all day. And so here we are with 13 qualifiers. We have 4 here today. We'll eliminate 3. Do the same thing again next week, and then we'll go up the ladder with our final 7 bowlers.
Yeah, well, over the next 4 weeks, we'll probably tell a lot of stories about this particular Pro Tour because of the number of high games and different things that happen to different people. Jeff Piles, who you won't see, went 1-4, was in my division, matter of fact, and they shot 909 were the games bowled against Jeff, which is 181 average. Sort of tells you why he won 1 game. I think he shot 190 to do that. You see Ben with 35 in the third. They both got out of the gate and things slowed down. Don Dove shot 217 to get where he's at.
And there's a strike.
Against Jeff Powell's, his last game in his division head-to-head matches. And there you see Donnie, a very strong ball. Big pocket, a lot of pins moving, and this is what went on here, and sort of tells you where the 200 games come from. Numerous number of 5 strike in a row.
Joe, you had 200 game yourself in the qualifying. Getting to be a regular habit with that.
Needed everything I've gotten to, Mike. It's been, I haven't done it easy. There you go, a doubleheader.
Donnie wasn't pleased with that when he let it go.
It was tight, but yeah. I tell you, the conditions are so good. There you see he's down and through the ball real well. Look, a tight hit.
Splashed out and then came back in and knocked everything down.
Well, I tell you, you know what causes that, Mike? The bowlers think, and the proprietors too, a lot of things. What causes scores? And it's my opinion.
There's Ben McDonald right back.
Of course, a ball like that helps cause scores. But my opinion is it's cleanliness of the lanes and the decks. And here, once again, you see a replay just perfect. And they have good conditions here.
We're going to hold up here, Pete. Ben McDonald will try to match Donnie Doe's double.
Ben, frame number 5.
Ooh.
You might say he leaned on that one a little bit. Like sort of a set shot. A lot of times if the bowler wants to get the ball out a little to eliminate the mistake, sort of maybe coming over the ball or a little bit of pull. But as you see, that's what happened there. Ben's a former world record holder for the single game. Won 269, I believe. Am I right, Mike?
Yeah. And that's been broken a number of times since that point.
Well, we hit a stretch there. It was just, speaking of the world record game, it was just incredible. A couple 270 what was it, 272, and now we're at
279.
279, and quite an odd way that the 279 was shot.
Watch out. He's got it. Triple. Three-bagger for Don Dove.
I tell you, Don is quite a story. There you see again. He's such good leverage, strong. I mean, if you watch the bowlers and you see what they do, it certainly would help your game to watch someone like Don Dove or any of these bowlers in the finals, because they're bowling well, but they stay under the ball. You watch the knee bend, Don gets down real well. But Don showed up. We almost had to use an alternate, Mike.
Right.
He misunderstood the starting time, showed up 15 minutes late, which was still early enough to get ready and bowl. Then, prior to bowling Jeff Piles, he bowled 94. He wanted to go home in a bad way. Then turns around, and of course Jeff had everybody pumped up today, and he shot 217 against Jeff and sort of snuck into the wild card berth.
Donnie will have the third ball here to try to clean things up. And in steps Ben McDonald with some work to do here.
A lot of work. 35 pins down through 5 frames. Of course, Donnie opened in the 6 with a 10 frame. See Ben waiting. A lot of times the bowler, especially on the right-hand lane, the ball's coming up the rack. Sort of catch your eye.
Push through again. Similar to the way he missed the 5-pin. Ball went about the same spot. Big crowd on hand to watch the pros bowl here at the Town Hall Lanes in Johnston, Rhode Island.
Very supportive Duckpin area, Mike. You see a lot of the, I guess I can use the phrase, old-timers that have watched and bowled for many, many years in Rhode Island. And they appreciate good bowling. You know what I like about bowling up here? They can be watching and you hear comments, you bowled well, you just didn't catch it when you needed it. And it's not just score. They don't watch just score.
No, they're knowledgeable. They know that you may have bowled well and didn't get a break here or there, which cost you the particular match you were bowling.
I think they appreciate it, and their knowledge comes from the fact that they have a large number of good bowlers that bowl here at Town Hall Lanes. Of course, if you had the pleasure of watching Peter Pierce for the number of years that they've watched him up here.
I believe Ron Pavo, even though he's in Massachusetts, is from does some of his bowling here at Town Hall Lanes.
Does he?
Yep.
He sure didn't appear to be a stranger, I can tell you. When,
Ron Pelletier, the same thing. He's our number 3 seed. So
2 of the 3, the 3 800s are all what we call Northern. You get Mike Trepanier's 817. He went 5-0. He bowled excellent. I was in his division, and matter of fact, he was not the division winner until the last ball was thrown. Tough 8 frame, 117, 83 plus for Ben.
Winner of this match will face off against Mike Steiner.
Don Dove, recently married.
So I hear.
$1-5. Sounds the same in every bowling center. Thunk.
You want to make a duckpin bowler feel ill? Just play that.
You wouldn't believe it's like the air just rushes out like a balloon. It's like
see if Ben McDonald can turn things around, and
that's the tough part in head-to-head bowling, Mike. It's not so only what it does to you, because it's like running into a wall. But here he has a guy down 35 pins in the 5th frame, and all of a sudden Don goes open 3 frames, rips the 1-5, and Ben's standing there. Wait a minute. I was out of this a little while ago.
He's
and
got the mark working in the 7th.
Well, if he goes strike spare, he's right up 113. He's within 11 pins.
See what happens on lane number 8 at Town Hall Lanes. Ben McDonald.
As they say, when old Mo turns, he changes direction. It's
Doesn't care what color shirt you have on.
that's exactly right.
Let's see, big spot in the match here for Ben McDonald.
This is a must. Frame 8. 1, 2.
Oh. Hit a little thin, bounced it off the wall and caught it. Picks up the spare.
Ben would tell you there's a case where he really threw 2 bad balls and got away with a spare.
More often than not, you catch it like that, it slides by the pin.
In the back.
Yep.
That's right. It comes off the wall in the back. But that's what made the scores so good here, Mike. It took an even 150, 1,200 to qualify, 30th spot.
Watch out! Well, he's
14 pins.
Yep, got things tightened up considerably.
Well, and if he makes this the number 1 for a spare, I think the opponent starts hearing footsteps, and it's like, ooh, how did this happen? He did it again. The number
Same spot.
5 pin, he did the same. Well, he's the type of bowler, his delivery, if he's going to make a mistake, that's the mistake. You go over the top of the ball a little too soon. It's very aggravating to us.
Yep, 2 singles that he's missed. Certainly, if he had those back, it'd be a different match.
Well, the 1 was on the strike. 5th frame, he broke the 5 pin. Could have very well been a double, but when someone says that to me, I always tell them, well, it could have been a double, but it should have been a spare.
If Donnie can get back to the form that he showed earlier. Donnie for the spare. Nice shot. Exactly the way to put it, yeah.
Let up on that a little bit, as you'll see here, and he just sort of fed it into the pocket.
There's a little bit of a rotation going that way, so it made it a little easier to pick that up.
If you watch, he stays under it, but the hand comes up through. Watch as you'll see the follow through. Well, he cut that off. Got away with it. 7. 141. The best Ben McDonald can do is 149. Don has 148 at right now. 136 standing.
Picks up the spare. He's got it.
Oh, he shot safe. He
Yeah.
The last thing you want to do is go by that on the left twice, you know.
151. And that should do it. Donnie Dove will move on to face Mike Steiner to Pasadena, Maryland, and we'll have all of that action for you coming up right after this.